What is going on? Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk about how life is busy and you don't always get to spend all day at the gym or even want to spend all day at the gym or even get to the gym every single day. So how do we maximize gains while minimizing our time at the gym? Today let's talk about how you can build an aesthetic body while spending less time training. Let's go. Well, not selling them. Hey. So Virgil, this was the last shoe he designed, I think. Those go hard. So the first thing that's really important when it comes to being a minimalist in your training is understanding the difference between intensity and volume and how to utilize those in the gym. You see, most people, they go to the gym and they do the most while they're at the gym. And while this might seem like a good idea and this concept of like, be the hardest worker feels like the right move, but it's actually not the right move because what we need to do is we need to progress slowly in order to maximize our gains and have the minimum amount of time in the gym. So how do we do that? Well, there's 4 concepts we need to understand in that. Maintenance volume, minimum effective volume, maximum adaptive volume, and maximum recoverable volume. What are those things? Well, let's talk about it. Maintenance volume is basically the amount of volume it takes you to maintain where you're currently at. Minimum effective volume is the amount of volume it takes you to progress through your training. Maximum adaptive volume is going to be the most amount of volume while still getting gains in the gym, and then maximum recoverable volume is going to be when you are doing too much, now your body needs more time to recover versus it actually getting gains in the gym. So understanding those 4 concepts, what do we do with it? Well, it allows us to build a training phase and build a training program that is going to maximize our time and minimize how long we're actually spending time in the gym. Why spend 2 hours in the gym when 1 will do? Why spend 6 days in the gym when maybe 3 or 4 will do?
5 hours later.
It's not about how much time you're spending at the gym, but it's about how effective that time is. And so we want to spend most of our time in minimum effective volume and maximum adaptive volume. That is the sweet spot where we're hitting about 10 sets per muscle group a week and getting the most gains. Once we push past that number, we are now in maximum recoverable, where now we're no longer getting gains and it's diminishing returns based off of how much work we're doing. The biggest takeaway here is the least amount of sets you can do to get adaptation for what you're doing is what you want to do. And if that's 2 sets, only do 2 sets. Don't do more than 2 sets if all you need is 2 sets. Death to junk volume. Quit being the person who's doing 5, 6, 7 sets of things at 25 reps each. You're getting diminishing returns and you're spending way too long at the gym. Your workout should end at an hour, maybe a little bit longer if you're doing cardio, but the only way to minimize your training time is to utilize minimum effective volume and maximum adaptive volume. If you get these 2 concepts stuck in your head, I guarantee you will spend less time in the gym, you'll be building a better physique, and you'll be living a better life. So principle number 2 is stick to the basics. Do not get distracted by the functional fitness Bosu ball maniacs that you see on social media. While what they're doing looks super fun, it's probably the least effective thing you could be doing, and you're going to be spending a lot of time in the gym clowning around doing these movements. So how do we use movements that are going to get us in and out of the gym quickly? Understanding the basic movement patterns, and what those are is going to be a push, a pull, a hip hinge, and a knee dominant movement. What do those look like? Well, to put it in very basic terms, a bench press, a row, a deadlift, and a squat. If you hit those 4 movements, that's basically the bread and butter of everything you need to be doing in the gym. So here's an example of what a back day would look like for myself when I'm at the gym. As you can see, it's not that overly complicated. I have a horizontal pull, a vertical pull, and then I have 2 single arm movements, an isolated movement for my lats, and then lastly, just some biceps to finish it off. That's only 6 movements. That's not a ton of time in the gym. And when you're working through the proper amount of volume, You're gonna be in and out in an hour or less with this workout. And trust me, if you do this workout and you try hard and you hit the weights in the reps that you're supposed to, you don't need to do anything else. Everything else is gonna start becoming junk volume, in my opinion. Following a workout program like this is how you train smarter and how you spend less time in the gym while effectively building a great physique. I love Minnesota. Woo! Bro, no, it'd be a bummer.
What?
I thought I turned the microphone off, but I
was working.
I'm literally never gonna slip and fall again with these shoes.
What?
Medium roast?
Yeah. And 588.
Hey, cheers. Principle number 3 is progressive overload. Now, I've talked a lot about progressive overload, but that's because it is the #1 factor when it comes to making gains in the gyms. If you are not utilizing progressive overload, it's going to be very difficult to build a physique. How does that work when you're trying to minimize time when you're in the gym? Well, really simply, we need to start at minimum effective volume and slowly work our way towards maximum adaptive volume into maximum recoverable volume, okay? We need to take a long time to do this. This should not be something where you're adding sets every single day. This should be something that you're adding sets slowly every week or so as you need to. When you don't feel sore anymore, it's probably a good time to start adding more sets to the workout. That being said, being sore is not the only indicator to having a good workout. It is a helpful tool for you to feel the symptoms you should be feeling from your workout. And so I harp on progressive overload because if your workouts are not progressively getting more difficult as the weeks go by, you are going to plateau and you won't keep moving forward, which is the last place you want to be when you're trying to minimize time in the gym and also build a great physique. So hit the low volume, work your way up to high volume, and build a great physique while spending an hour or less in the gym. So principle number 4 is another one that I've talked a lot about, but it's rest, okay? If you're spending every single day in the gym and you're not resting and you're not recovering, you are again minimizing the amount of gains you could be getting if you were to take rest days. And this goes back to that whole maximum recoverable volume. If you are training too hard that you cannot recover from your training to your next training day, then you are not resting enough, okay? Again, why train 6 days a week if maybe 3 or 4 might be the best thing for you? When you're spending less time in the gym and your workouts are more efficient and you can recover more efficiently, you can live more life outside the gym. So don't feel like you need to be in the gym 5 or 6 days a week and do the typical bro split where you're there all the time. I truly believe you can build a great physique on 3 days in the gym a week with a little bit of cardio and the proper amount of rest. You need to be getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single day. You need to be spending time where you're disconnected, not on your phone, and just relaxing every single day. If you are not doing those things and you're finding yourself in the gym too long, being overstimulated outside the gym by phone, TVs, work, whatever, slow down, take some time off, and rest and recover. If you can properly apply rest to your training program and actually schedule in rest to your training program, you can spend less time in the gym and more time just living life and having fun and maybe even showing off that physique you've built. Principle 5, and the thing to tie it all together, is have a plan. When you're gonna go to the gym, don't just randomly do things because you're gonna be spending a lot more time there than you should be. Have a program that you're following. Plan out your rest days. Know when you have days off and when you can just relax. Also, know when you can go for walks and do some cardio throughout the week, and don't just leave it up to chance because either 1, you're not gonna do it, or 2, you're gonna end up spending too much time doing it. So have a plan. Know what you're gonna do throughout the week and then execute that plan. So attached below in the comments, I've added a 3-day split program that you can have for free. If you've always been nervous about going to the gym or don't know how to start or what you should be doing, I just encourage you to give this a try. And I think you're gonna be really surprised at how much you can do by only spending 3 days in the gym and the type of physique you can build when you partner that with good nutrition and good rest. Don't overwork yourself. Don't spend 6 days a week, 2-3 hours plus in the gym. Don't do that. 3 is plenty, especially when you're at the start of your fitness journey. Don't overwhelm yourself. Try this program, give it a rip, and let me know how it goes. Guys, that's all I have for you. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop something in the comments. I love to have a conversation with you. And if you do end up downloading this 3-day program, just let me know how that program goes, or if you have any other questions, I'd love to have a conversation. Until next time, peace.